of dreamy explorations of childhood and so on, and I hope you're going to enjoy it. The book will be found full of films tomorrow and Sunday as well. We are delighted that James Howard, the Arts of Galway City Council, has agreed to open the festival, and I'll just hand over to you, and then I'm going to say a few words later on before the film starts. Thank you.
And it's a great honour to be here with you all today to launch the 9th Galway African Film Festival. Back in the classical days of classical history, a great classical historian penned the immortal line, exactly semper aliquid nova. Out of Africa there's always something new. And I think we can safely say that out of the Galway African Film Festival there's also something new. I actually, myself and a few friends of mine, Sean Hannigan, and also Regional Culture Centre in Letterkenny, Charlie McBride, who writes to the Advertiser, and somebody else who now works for MCD in Dublin. We put together the first African Culture Night in UCG, this university as it was called, a very, very long time ago, as far back as 1982 when we were all in college. David Donovan, some of you who work in arts and culture and civil rights and civil liberties in Galway might know David Donovan. David had come back with his family from Africa and he had all these fantastic LPs of super music which most of us had never heard before. And that was the start, that was apparently was the first night of African music anywhere in Ireland ever. We had to be corrected in that. We had such a great night. And so it's wonderful to be back in the campus and here in the Huston Film School to launch this really important festival. And it's great to be here as well so that I can say publicly thanks to Rod Stoneman, who's lurking down the back. Rod Stoneman, we know, has a lot to do with the Galway African Film Festival over the years. He has recently retired as director here, professor basically, but director of the Huston School of Film and Digital Media. And another quote, not so far back in history, was a quotation about Sir Christopher Wren, that's in St. Paul's Cathedral. If you want his memorial, look all around you. So you can say that to Rod in a way. You can look all around you and see this fantastic hive of creativity which has encouraged, supported, and generated so many fabulous people in the arts, through the MA in Arts Policy Practice, through all the different film courses, and through its involvement in the whole area of where arts and human rights intersect, and where arts is a medium where the tropes and the ideas and the great principles of the arts work equally well and is equally as important in the basic human rights of all of us as individuals. The right to be creative, the right to have access to creativity, and the right to use creativity in our own way. And that's what to use creativity, to work with creativity, to change society and to improve society. Just around the corner from us here is the NUI Galway Centre for Human Rights, which has been lucky enough or wise enough over the years to have some absolutely fabulous directors like Michael Clarkley and Bill Schwanis. And I love the conjunction, the fact that the Galway African Film Festival and also the Galway Film Plaza, to be fair, and the Human Rights Centre have a dialogue going, and in that dialogue, arts and culture are moved forward in many really exciting ways. And of course, one of the finest examples of it is this festival, which is in its 9th year. I have looked through the trailers on the website, and I'm so looking forward to this festival. And there are things that you pick up from the words in the trailers. The trailers don't say the whole thing, but somebody said, what is the government doing for me? What is the government? What is the government? What is the government? Questioning through the medium film, questioning what that person as an artist receives from the government or holds in dialogue with the government. There is another phrase which totally got me, of course, which is that cultural activists have more impact than political activists. I think we like to think that is true. We hope it's true. And in these films we can see whether it is true or not. The films are brave and powerful. A lot of them are made in great danger. You can see that the South African film, which is based on a very rude artwork, which very clearly challenges not so much the legitimacy, but the moral status of present South Africa. It's a powerful film. The artist speaks of how he could be lynched and how he knows that the government won't protect him if it happens. It's powerful. But I have to say, that film, The Rooftops of Algiers, that was an extraordinary film. But we can actually identify with it in Ireland as well, because it looked to me like one of the big stories. There are 5 stories that are threaded together, but it looks like one of the stories is about an illegal eviction. And we in Ireland know that the more history changes, the more it seems to stay the same, that we too have illegal evictions or immoral evictions going on. So it will speak to us and it will speak for us, but it will also bring us into the world of Africa, the super important continent. My main experience of Africa at one distance is because I'm lucky enough to be able to spend a bit of time in the Caribbean. My family's married into the Caribbean, and it's particularly little islands in the southeast Caribbean, the Windward Islands and Spice Islands, where most of the population came on one-way ticket from Nigeria in particular, where there's a very strong Nigerian culture still to be appreciated and to be understood in the islands. And it just makes me feel that, it's one great world where African culture absolutely is at the root of so much that is so important. And we know in Africa, though, cliches about being a speaking giant and everything, but we know that in terms of arts and culture, particularly in filmmaking and music, Africa has produced some of the most interesting work to be found on this planet in recent years. In visual art, remember, if I'm lucky enough to get to the Venice Biennale, I always look for the pavilions for the work of countries like Ghana. The artists in Ghana are just extraordinary in the work that they're doing. And also to be surprised. And this festival, I love festivals where you are surprised, where you might yourself may not necessarily know the artist or the filmmaker, and you just sit there in the dark. It's probably going to rain outside anyway, so sit there in the dark and just let yourself enter into this world. So we're going to have a great festival ahead of us. I congratulate the committee for putting it all together. It's a very, very powerful festival. It's by far the biggest programme, and it's definitely a very, very strong programme. By Galway standards, 9 years is nothing in terms of festivals. Galway International Arts Festival is 39 years old. There are arts organisations in this city that are over 100 years old. There are some that start to feel as if they're 100 years old, but not necessarily. So you are still quite young, but you're making great strides, and you're doing 2 things. You are speaking to, with and for the African community in Galway, but you are also introducing African films to the general arts community in Galway. And we know through the fantastic work that the Galway Film Society has been doing for over 50 years now, that there is a very intelligent, energised and aware film audience in Galway. I know a lot of them, and I know that they will be so happy to see this festival here this weekend. There is actually another fantastic film festival in Galway this weekend. This is the way Galway is, where there's a festival of revolutionary films in Scoilsalerna, great films of the revolution, and wonderful film society in South Connemara. That also is going to be very special. There are, as ever, several different events going on in Galway. Well, I know you have a strong programme. I look forward to being here to share as much as possible with you. I'm glad to see Galway City Council one way or another supporting me. I really look forward to the 10th birthday. That'll be a big Coach Kelura cause of celebration. But for the moment, we had this beautiful festival and exhibition as well. The exhibition in the college gallery. Delighted to see that the college is so much behind this, and that you have a home at the Galway African Film Festival has a home in Huston, which is a marriage made in heaven. Mar sin tá an féile scanan intach seo gan seála de ifigúil agus ní léon dáit ach
the Mannish Galore South Tatman as It's now officially open and we can have such fun. Thank you.